Okay, I'm back on the die holder. What is this thing? 2 inches, 1.5 inch diameter die holder. I'm going to put a. Wow, did I just do that? Going to put a couple handles on it. So I threaded some rod. Let's see if we're gonna in here or not. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I threaded some rod. And I'm gonna drill and tap this and thread those in, put it back up on the lathe, clean that inside out. I was thinking about putting a couple dabs of weld on that, but I'm really not a welder, and you wouldn't want to see it. I'll be doing my best just to get this rod in straight, so we'll bring you back as this goes along. Actually, we'll just keep you here. So, I'm just strictly doing this by eyeball, which is sometimes your best measuring instrument. And to figure out what size drill bit I need for the tap that I'll be using. I'll be using a 5/16 24. Is that what I did? I think I did a 5/16 18. Well, now's a good time to catch that anyway. That's the wrong, why is that even down there? It's not there. Oh, I know why. Because it's the wrong wrench. It's a big tap head screw on the end here. I'm going to release that die and see what threads I cut. Forgot I moved the camera. Yeah, I did 5/16 18. And I have a 5/16 24 tap. So we'll need to change that. Which is not a problem, as long as I haven't drilled any holes yet. That's a Hanson Whitney 5/16 18 NC. So I need an F drill. So I'm pretty sure I have an F drill. I think it's a brand new one. What kind of prompted me to get back on this? Is this the F here? That's R. Fred Flintstone, of all people, made some comment, on what might be done. There's the F. And he was describing something, and whether his description was accurate or clear to me, it did spark an idea. And my first idea was to set this. I can still do that, can't I? There's plenty of room. I could turn it. Well, maybe I'll do that too. My first idea was to was to set this in this aluminum and then come back later or now, either hacksaw some handles on that, maybe set up the milling. I really don't want to do any more milling on the mini lathe because it really takes its toll on the machine. Okay, F drill. Yeah, you can, this thing wasn't designed to do milling. I made a couple, I bought a couple items at a little machine shop, and the amount of money I spent, I probably could have bought the SIG mill. So I'm watching that and seeing which way it's wanting to deflect the drill bit. It's pushing it that way, so I need to. And, you know, the SIG mill is probably better than no mill at all. And, you know, Frank Hoos does great work on those very I'm trying to think of a nice way to say it. Those very low value benchtop mills. I haven't told my wife I have a lathe yet. I don't know. She's got a 22-year-old car, and she wants everything fixed. And I said, baby, it's a 22-year-old car. I said, you're not going to fix everything. Well, you probably could, but it's just not cost prohibitive. Wow, did I hit it right on? I was there, and I took it off. Turn the drill and see how I'm going this direction. You know, I said, have you ever heard the people say, you know, yeah, it's old, it's got a lot of miles, and it has its little quirks. Yeah, this car is going to have its little quirks. Sometimes if the power window on the driver's door doesn't go down, you can turn the radio off and on a couple times, and it'll go down, which makes no sense at all. I'm not convinced that's not just a coincidence. I do, however, have a replacement set of window controls. It's these things are kind of renowned for failing. There's a part in there that if you have a solder sucker and know what you're doing, you can change that little component out, but you can also buy this switch for $7, so solder sucker probably costs more than that. So that's for that one day. That one day when the window won't go up and it's raining to beat Betsy. Well, that makes me sound like a Betsy beater, doesn't it? Well, there's worse things to be. And it's this way. One thing about tapping like this, it's going to slip. And that slipping is probably going to save you from breaking something. Okay, I'm just going to give that a bump. You know, I never quite remember to oil this stuff. I think I've done this in the past where it wasn't quite this awkward. Oh, because it feels pretty awkward to me right now. This chuck key is spring loaded. Okay, we're going to just take this down. All I really wanted to do was have a chance of getting it started straight. And let's go ahead, since I got the box out. Go ahead and kind of show off my little tool here. Okay. See if we can keep all this on camera. A lot of effort to tap 2 holes. Okay. Let's see how this is going to go. It's crooked. Maybe my bar's crooked. After I tap a couple times, it's going to be crooked anyway. Let's see how this thing rolls. Oh, that thing's bent like a pool cue. Bent like a cheap pool cue. So I'm not going to chamfer that because every little bit I chamfer it, I'm going to lose. That's, you know, one more thread that I'm going to lose. Where's my little line at? I can line that up with this line on the chuck, on the vise. Get back here and take a look at that. Oh, that looks like a, could hang a picture from that. Let me put that F drill away before I lose that. My letter drills. Don't have a whole lot of metric. My wire gauge drill bits, well, let's look at, from 49 to 60, I probably have 5 drill bits in there. And there's exactly 4 between 37 and 48. And it fills out a little better. Now there's 5, but there are at least more than 1. Okay, you've seen this happen before. Bring that up a little closer. Okay, I'll bring you back when we start figuring something else out. Yeah, I can't. Just trimming down the threads, so I'm not, if I have to go inside and do an interference cut, it's not going to be so drastic. And I will file this, but not at a great angle. I want to maintain as much thread contact as I can, and I think I want to do 3 inches on this. So let's bring this baby back out of here and bring this out with my scale.
Abby's going to try to get a bunch of shots of the sign, and then we'll see if we can do like a photo collage.
Okay, there's.
In a coming up video.
Yeah. So I think they say that there's over 300 signs on the road. So
There's 3 inches. I want
that's the next one, but I'm excited about it.
to. I want to take it right there. Actually, that's where I want to cut it at. So I'm going to go here.
You just got your wall drug sign, eh?
I just found one. Yes. They're going to be everywhere.
And
There's the sculpture park ahead.
let's go right here.
There's a huge horse there and what looks like maybe a bull.
Longhorn, yeah.
Long horns.
Awesome.
Looks like there's some other trailers there too.
Do you not just love
Okay.
A whole lot of them, but that was one of the reasons we
I'll
wanted
go ahead and mark that before I lose it.
to, do some of these things, some of the out of the ordinary things. So this is just one. Hopefully, we'll find a lot of cool things like that.
Okay, so that's about right there. Maybe I can find some balls to put on the end of this. I do have some, but you know, I suspect they're buried pretty deep. I got my really heavy parting blade on here. I'm used to this is what I usually use. Little difference there. Okay, so let's grab the right knob, get the right amount of oil, pull off the carriage, give it a little speed. Now that's a little fast. See, I lost contact with the tool there because I put the oil on there. It cooled everything down and caused the blade to lose contact. Okay, what do we do now? We unlock this, we move this. We brush off this, bring this back, and we turn this and pull this out, turn it around, and then we're just going to mark this for 3 inches and put it back in just like that. Okay, I got it. Okay, we're back on. I was told in the very beginning, really struggled with parting, and I was told to keep the blade moving. And that's been working for me. Some materials I have to go super slow with, some not so much. I need to shorten these threads up. I think I want to take it down to about 3 or 4 threads. I'm going to take this off before we can put this one on. I learned that one right away.
I have a hard time coming up with original ideas like that.
Okay, let's see where that thread's going to be at. I'm going to find out where the thread ends the deepest one here. So we're going to count that 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to take 2 threads off. A little bit more. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. I may not have to do anything on the inside of that. Matter of fact, I may just keep fitting this and trying it till I don't have to go inside there and machine anything. That seems like it makes the most sense. I got a really nice fit now. Why go in there and mess that up? I'd like to see how thin I can get this. No, that's pretty damn thin. Okay, pull those out and see how they fit. Okay, we're recording. God, I think I recorded just hours of nothing. I was out with the wife, and Fred Flintstone left some comments. I suspect that's an alias. He said way back in the advent of the internet, a lot of people were a lot more anonymous. So he chose Fred Flintstone so that he might not be recognized. But everybody knows who Fred Flintstone is. I mean, my God, if you saw him walking down the street, it's just Fred Flintstone.
Welcome back to Avon.
Okay, that's better. I really wanted to put it right here. And, you know, because it would be, you know, directly across from that lathe. Okay, guys, we finished this one up. We put a couple Tommy bars on here, threaded them on. Does the job. I believe it's rigid enough. It is not going to, those aren't going to snap off, I hope. It's not perfect. That one's straight. Now, if you look at them individually, they almost look straight. But this one is kind of hooking off this way a little bit, maybe. All right. I've been talking to some people about placement of the lathe, and I'm being told it's not really a good idea to put that lathe right in front of a window. And, you know, to take the easy way out, you know, I'd like to put it, you know, right where that 8-foot banquet table's at. Any, you know, anything coming out of the headstock could come all the way out here into the garage behind me. And then I can turn around and be right here at the mini lathe. I don't think the lathe would fit on this wall. But the easy way out is to just bring it in this garage door and set it right here. And that would give me about 3.5 feet from that wall to the headstock. So I could have, you know, that much stick out. But I'm not going to be doing any marine shafts or anything, so I don't think I need to be too concerned about that. Leveling feet was brought up. Be a good time to do that. Suggested I build some. I probably need to get online and start looking at some examples of that, as opposed to as opposed to the fire starter. Me just doing what I imagine it looks like instead of what it really is. So right now it's really, I don't think it's a fire starter, but it was a hell of a time making it, and I love doing this one too. All right.
I was able to ask the people up in the front office if we could upgrade our picnic table.
Is it D, the designation for the chuck? D1-5, D1-6. D, yeah. 1-5 seems to be the most popular choice. I've actually found some support for that in some of the publications that I've been looking through. And then someone else mentioned that thing's, let's see, that was 1946, so that's 54. That's 75 years old, so anything could have happened to that lathe along the way. Although I really doubt if they changed the nose of that. What would really be nice, and what I think was the popular fit for the day, was the 5C collet changer. I like that. I've never operated one of those, of course, but and maybe that's for somebody who has more than one lathe. But I just think it's pretty cool. Pretty expensive. All right, guys. Take care.